Have you ever looked at your morning drink and wondered whether it's quietly helping your kidneys or slowly making them work harder? One of the biggest misconceptions I see in adults over 60 is the belief that kidney problems always come with warning signs. The reality is much more concerning. Many people lose kidney function gradually for years without pain, without symptoms, and without realizing damage is happening in the background. I've had patients tell me, "Doctor, I thought my kidneys were fine because I felt normal." And then their lab work revealed declining kidney function that had likely been developing for a decade. What surprises many people is that some of the most powerful kidney supportive habits don't begin with medications. They begin with what you drink first thing in the morning. Hi, I'm William Lee, and I've been practicing medicine for over 26 years. Throughout my career, I've treated thousands of patients dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, chronic inflammation, dehydration, kidney stones, and early kidney disease. And I can tell you this with complete honesty. The kidneys are some of the hardest working organs in the human body, yet they're also among the most neglected. Every single day, your kidneys filter around 50 gallons of blood. They regulate fluid balance, help control blood pressure, remove waste products, balance electrolytes, and even support healthy red blood cell production. The one thing I wish more people understood is this. Your kidneys are deeply affected by your daily routines, especially the first few hours after waking up. Overnight, your body naturally becomes slightly dehydrated. That's normal. But in adults over 60, the body's thirst signals often become weaker with age. Many older adults simply don't feel thirsty even when their kidneys desperately need hydration. This creates a hidden problem. When the kidneys don't receive enough fluid early in the day, waste products become more concentrated. Blood flow to the kidneys may decrease, inflammation can rise, and over time, that repeated stress can contribute to kidney strain, especially in people already dealing with high blood pressure or elevated blood sugar. Let me ask you something. How old are you, and what city are you watching from today? And while you're thinking about that, I'd also love to know, have you ever experienced kidney stones, urinary infections, swelling in your legs, or abnormal kidney lab tests? Let me know in the comments, because I always do my best to read as many comments as I can. Now, the good news is that certain morning drinks may help support kidney function naturally by improving hydration, reducing inflammation, supporting circulation, and helping the body remove waste more efficiently. But here's where people get confused. Many so-called kidney detox drinks online are exaggerated, misleading, or even dangerous. I've seen patients spend money on aggressive cleanses, herbal detox kits, and extremely high oxalate smoothies that actually worsened kidney problems. Your kidneys do not need harsh cleansing. Healthy kidneys already detoxify your body every minute of the day. What they need is support, protection, and reduced stress. That brings me to the first morning drink I recommend more than anything else: water. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but in my 26 years of practice, I've seen hydration alone dramatically improve energy levels, reduce headaches, decrease constipation, and help patients maintain healthier kidney function. Your kidneys rely on water to produce urine, which is how waste leaves the body. Without enough water, toxins and minerals become more concentrated, increasing the risk of kidney stones and urinary problems, and yet, many adults wake up and immediately reach for sugary drinks or skip fluids entirely for hours. I tell my patients this every week. Before coffee, before breakfast, before supplements, give your kidneys water. Even mild chronic dehydration can place unnecessary stress on the kidneys over time. Now, that doesn't mean you should force gallons of water into your body. Excessive water intake can also be harmful, especially for people with advanced kidney disease or heart failure. Balance matters. For most healthy older adults, starting the morning with 1 or 2 glasses of water is a smart and gentle habit. But hydration is only part of the story. What many people don't realize is that inflammation also plays a major role in kidney aging. Inflammation can damage tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys. Over time, this affects filtration efficiency. Conditions like diabetes, obesity, poor sleep, smoking, chronic stress, and uncontrolled blood pressure all increase inflammatory stress on kidney tissue. That's why some beverages rich in antioxidants may offer additional protective benefits. And this is where the conversation becomes really interesting, because one of the drinks on this list surprises almost everyone who comes into my office: coffee. Patients ask me all the time, Doctor, is coffee damaging my kidneys? Here's the myth versus fact. Myth: coffee is automatically bad for kidney health. Fact: moderate coffee intake may actually help protect kidney function in many people. Research suggests that coffee consumption is associated with a lower risk of developing chronic kidney disease in some populations. Part of the reason may involve coffee's effects on inflammation, blood sugar regulation, and circulation. Now, there's an important distinction here. I'm talking about moderate coffee intake, not oversized sugar-loaded coffee drinks with whipped cream, syrups, and excessive caffeine. Too much caffeine can increase blood pressure in sensitive individuals, and certain people with advanced kidney disease may need individualized guidance from their physician. But for many adults, moderate coffee consumption can absolutely fit into a kidney supportive lifestyle. And there's another drink I want to discuss next because most people completely underestimate its impact on inflammation, oxidative stress, and even kidney stone prevention: green tea. What makes green tea fascinating is its concentration of catechins, particularly a compound called EGCG. These antioxidants may help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, two major drivers of kidney aging. Several studies have even suggested potential benefits in slowing kidney decline under certain conditions. But there's one major mistake people make with green tea that I need to explain carefully, and it may be affecting your kidneys more than you realize. One mistake I frequently see is people turning a healthy drink into a hidden sugar bomb. They'll buy bottled green tea loaded with sweeteners, artificial flavorings, and syrup. At that point, you're no longer drinking a kidney-supportive beverage. You're giving your body excess sugar that may worsen inflammation, blood sugar instability, and metabolic stress. I tell my patients this often: your kidneys love consistency, not extremes. Unsweetened green tea, especially in moderate amounts, can be a very reasonable addition to a morning routine for many adults over 60. The antioxidants may help calm inflammatory pathways that contribute to long-term tissue damage throughout the body, including the kidneys and blood vessels. And speaking of inflammation, there's another drink many people have heard about but don't fully understand: unsweetened cranberry juice. Now, cranberry juice has developed almost a legendary reputation over the years, especially for urinary tract health. But the science behind it is actually quite interesting. Cranberries contain flavonoids and plant compounds that may help reduce bacterial attachment inside the urinary tract. In simpler terms, certain compounds in cranberries may make it harder for bacteria to stick to the lining of the urinary system. This matters because recurrent urinary tract infections can sometimes contribute to kidney complications, especially in older adults. Women over 60 are particularly vulnerable to recurrent UTIs, but I've also seen this problem in men with enlarged prostates or incomplete bladder emptying. However, this is where people often misunderstand cranberry juice. Myth: any cranberry juice is automatically healthy for your kidneys. Fact: many commercial cranberry drinks contain enormous amounts of added sugar, and excess sugar is one of the worst things for long-term kidney health. Chronically elevated blood sugar damages the tiny filtration units inside the kidneys called nephrons. Over time, this can lead to diabetic kidney disease, which remains one of the leading causes of kidney failure worldwide. So if you choose cranberry juice, unsweetened versions are the better option. But moderation still matters. Cranberry products can interact with certain medications, including blood thinners like warfarin, and some people prone to certain kidney stones may need individualized advice. This is why personalized medical guidance matters so much. Let me ask you another question. How many glasses of water do you honestly drink each day? Most patients underestimate this until they actually track it. And if you've ever dealt with kidney stones or urinary infections, I'd really like to hear your experience in the comments because your story may help someone else watching today. Now, there's another morning drink that often surprises people because it sounds almost old-fashioned: low-fat milk. In recent years, dairy has become controversial online, and patients are understandably confused. Some people think all dairy is inflammatory. Others believe it must be avoided completely after a certain age. But medicine is rarely that black and white. One long-term observation found that individuals with chronic kidney disease who consumed low-fat milk experienced a slower decline in kidney function over time. That doesn't mean milk is a miracle cure, but it does suggest that nutrient-rich beverages containing protein, calcium, and important minerals may play a supportive role when used appropriately. The key word is appropriately. For patients with advanced kidney disease, certain minerals like phosphorus and potassium may need monitoring. This is why I never recommend blindly following internet health advice without understanding your own lab work and medical history. A few years ago, I treated a 67-year-old patient named Linda. She came to my clinic exhausted, swollen around her ankles, and constantly fatigued. She had high blood pressure, poorly controlled diabetes, and early kidney dysfunction that had quietly progressed for years. What struck me most was her morning routine. She would start every day with a large sugary bottled coffee drink and barely consume water until late afternoon. By evening, she felt drained and developed headaches and leg swelling. When we reviewed her labs, several markers suggested chronic dehydration and metabolic stress were contributing to the problem. We made gradual, sustainable changes. She started drinking water shortly after waking up. She switched from sugary coffee beverages to moderate unsweetened coffee. We added occasional green tea, improved her blood sugar control, reduced processed sodium-heavy foods, and focused on sleep quality. 3 months later, her energy improved significantly. Her blood pressure became easier to manage. Her swelling decreased, and most importantly, her kidney function stabilized. Now, I want to be very clear. No single drink cured her kidneys. That's one of the biggest myths in online health culture today. Kidney health is built through patterns, not magic solutions. And that brings me to something I think every adult over 60 should know. The kidneys are deeply connected to the rest of your body. Poor sleep affects blood pressure regulation. Chronic stress increases inflammatory hormones. High sodium intake alters fluid balance. Uncontrolled diabetes damages blood vessels. Sedentary lifestyles reduce circulation. This is why focusing only on one superfood or one detox drink misses the bigger picture entirely. Now, let me give you a quick countdown of the 5 morning drinks we've discussed so far, ranked by how commonly I recommend them in clinical practice for general kidney support. Number 5, unsweetened cranberry juice, especially helpful for some people prone to recurrent urinary issues. Number 4, low-fat milk, useful for many adults when tolerated appropriately. Number 3, green tea, rich in antioxidants that may help reduce inflammatory stress. Number 2, moderate coffee intake, surprisingly beneficial for many people when sugar intake is controlled. And number 1, the most overlooked kidney supportive morning drink of all, plain water. Most people ignore this because it isn't trendy. But in my 26 years of medical practice, I've seen simple hydration habits make an extraordinary difference over time. And next, I want to show you exactly how I tell my own patients over 60 to structure a kidney-friendly morning routine, including the biggest drinks to avoid, the warning signs you should never ignore, and the daily habits that quietly damage kidney function without people realizing it. By the time many people discover they have kidney disease, a significant amount of kidney function may already be gone. That's why prevention matters so much, especially after age 60. The encouraging news is that your kidneys respond remarkably well to consistent daily habits. You do not need an extreme cleanse. You do not need expensive detox powders. And you certainly do not need to punish your body with aggressive fasting or miracle supplements you saw online. What your kidneys need most is protection. So let me walk you through the practical morning kidney supportive routine I often recommend to my patients. The first step starts within the first 30 minutes after waking up. Drink water before anything else. I usually recommend starting with 1 glass of water and slowly building the habit from there. For some patients, especially those who sweat heavily, live in hot climates, or take certain medications, 2 glasses may be reasonable. But remember, more is not always better. People with advanced kidney disease, heart failure, or fluid restrictions should always follow their physician's individualized guidance. After hydration, choose your morning beverage intentionally. If you enjoy coffee, keep it simple. Moderate coffee intake is generally reasonable for many adults, but try to avoid turning coffee into dessert. Excess sugar and ultra-processed creamers can increase inflammation, worsen blood sugar control, and contribute to weight gain and metabolic stress. I tell my patients this every week. Your kidneys care less about the coffee itself and more about what you put into it. Green tea can also be an excellent option for many people because of its antioxidant compounds. Unsweetened versions are best. If caffeine makes you anxious or disrupts your sleep, limit intake later in the day because poor sleep itself can negatively affect kidney and cardiovascular health. And sleep matters more than most people realize. Your kidneys follow circadian rhythms just like your brain and hormones do. Chronic sleep deprivation increases blood pressure, insulin resistance, and inflammatory stress, all of which place additional strain on kidney tissue. This is one reason I encourage patients over 60 to think about kidney health as a full body issue, not just a urine problem. Now let's talk about the biggest morning drink mistakes I see in clinical practice. Here are the worst four habits that silently stress the kidneys over time. Number four, starting the day dehydrated. Many adults drink nothing for hours after waking up. Some rely entirely on caffeine while remaining mildly dehydrated all day long. Number three, excess sugar in beverages. Sugary coffees, sweet teas, energy drinks, and processed juices may contribute to insulin resistance, obesity, and diabetes, all major kidney risk factors. Number two, excess sodium hidden in processed breakfast foods and drinks. High sodium intake can raise blood pressure and increase kidney strain. Many instant breakfast items contain far more sodium than people realize. And number one, ignoring early warning signs. This is the most dangerous mistake of all. Please don't ignore symptoms like persistent swelling, foamy urine, blood in the urine, severe fatigue, reduced urination, uncontrolled blood pressure, or repeated urinary tract infections. And here's something important many people miss. Myth. If your kidneys are struggling, you will always feel pain. Fact. Early kidney disease often causes no pain at all. That's why routine blood work and urine testing become increasingly important with age, especially if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, or a family history of kidney problems. Let me ask you something important. When was the last time you actually had your kidney function checked? Many people over 60 haven't reviewed their kidney numbers in years, yet simple tests like creatinine, estimated GFR, and urine protein can reveal problems early when there's still time to slow progression. I always encourage my patients to know their numbers. Now, beyond beverages, there are several daily habits that strongly support kidney health. Regular physical activity improves circulation and blood sugar control. Managing blood pressure reduces damage to tiny kidney blood vessels. Eating fiber-rich whole foods helps reduce inflammatory stress. Controlling diabetes may dramatically lower the risk of kidney decline. And avoiding unnecessary overuse of certain pain medications, especially NSAIDs like ibuprofen when taken excessively, can help protect kidney tissue over time. This is especially important because many older adults take over-the-counter pain relievers regularly without realizing the long-term kidney risks. In my 26 years of practice, I've seen many patients improve stability in their kidney function simply by addressing the fundamentals consistently. Not perfectly, consistently. And that's an important distinction. Your body does not require perfection to heal and function better. It responds to repeated healthy choices over time. Before we finish, let me give you a simple kidney supportive morning checklist you can start using tomorrow morning. Number one, drink water shortly after waking up. Number two, choose unsweetened beverages whenever possible. Number three, limit excessive sugar and processed creamers. Number four, monitor blood pressure regularly. Number five, stay physically active throughout the week. Number six, prioritize sleep and stress reduction. Number seven, get routine kidney lab testing if you're over 60 or have risk factors. And finally, number eight, pay attention to your body early instead of waiting for symptoms to become severe. Your kidneys work for you every minute of every day, even when you're asleep. Taking care of them doesn't require fear. It requires awareness, consistency, and smart daily habits. And if this conversation helped you, let me know in the comments which morning drink you already use and whether there's a kidney health topic you'd like me to cover next. I genuinely enjoy hearing from viewers and learning what questions matter most to you.